Hello everyone. This is Rashmi, your host for this episode. We are in the second episode of Stop Worrying and Start Living, and I'm here to share some beautiful ways to shoo away worry from your minds the Dale Carnegie way. So let's get started and welcome on board, and I hope you enjoy this journey with me. Willis Carrier, the brilliant engineer who introduced the air conditioning industry to the world, he gave us a very beautiful anti-worry technique, which says, analyze the situation and think of what could be the worst if that happened. Second, prepare yourself to accept it if the worst did happen. And third, calmly work upon it and improvise on the situation. So let us break some worry habits before they break us. Rule number 1, keep busy. An empty mind is a devil's abode. Haven't you noticed that whenever you try to sit back and relax and just think nothing, you actually end up thinking about unnecessary things and then start worrying? So keep yourself occupied. Do something which needs planning and thinking and is going to be fruitful so that worry does not have any room in your minds. Rule number 2, don't let the Beatles get you down. Many a times we are actually sitting and thinking about petty things that went wrong, and we keep thinking and brooding about why and what and when and all those kind of things which don't mean anything right now. When there are so many beautiful things, bigger things happening around us, why sit and think about these petty things and let them disturb you? So let us not allow ourselves to be upset about small things which you despise and forget, as life is too short to belittle. Rule number 3, law of averages. What are the chances that this will happen? There was a friend of mine who mentioned that she's really scared of traveling by aeroplanes because she fears that there might be an air crash and things might go wrong. So there was another person explaining to her, have you ever really gone back and seen the records, the law of averages? How many times have these kind of accidents actually happened? So we might be sitting and thinking that this might happen and there are hardly any chances of occurring. 99% of the things that we worry never really happen. All these worry and unhappiness come from our imagination and not from reality. So let's examine the record and ask ourselves, how much is there a chance for this to actually happen? Rule number 4, cooperate with the inevitable. Change is the only thing which is constant in life. And if we don't accept this change and adapt ourselves to it, then we break. So let's bend ourselves with the storms of life and not resist them. Otherwise, they could just break us away. We have a choice. We can accept it, adapt it, and transform ourselves with this change, or we can ruin our lives just thinking about it and then ending up with a nervous breakdown. Rule number 5, put a stop loss to your worries. There is a limit to everything. Even businessmen keep this kind of losses into their account, that if loss happens, then it's taken care of. So why don't we put a stop loss to our impatience, our temper, our regrets, and all these mental and emotional strains that are breaking us down? Is anything so much important that we really lose our peace of mind? Nothing is really worth of making us lose our peace of mind. So let's put a stop order after a certain point and then forget about it. And rule number 6, don't try to saw the sawdust. You've heard this phrase, it's already done and dusted. Something is already over in the past, which you couldn't really stop, and now you're thinking about it, why it happened, why couldn't I stop this? And then you keep worrying about it. Is there anything which you can do to reverse the situation? Nothing, right? So stop brooding about the past and learn from the mistakes and move on. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Even they couldn't do it. So if there's something which was not in your hands, which is done and dusted, just forget it and move on. So this was the episode for today. I hope you enjoyed and liked it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and see you soon.